Coming up next on this edition of In the City, we have an update on the construction of Murfreesboro's new transit center. Also, the Volunteer Income Tax Assistant Program is underway and ready to help with free tax preparation. Plus, the annual Daddy-Daughter Dance is back at Patterson Park. And the Murfreesboro Community Development Department provides city residents with much-needed help. We'll tell you all about those stories and more coming up right now on this edition of In the City. Welcome to another edition of In the City, your source for what's happening right here in the city of Murfreesboro. I'm Michael Linn White. We check in with the progress on the construction of Murfreesboro's new transit center.
Murfreesboro's new transit center is being constructed on 2.89 acres at the corner of New Salem Highway and Bridge Avenue. Groundbreaking took place in October of 2023.
You know, the Rover bus system started a long time ago. I think when I first got on council, and we've transitioned literally our transit center into a more comprehensive program, and ultimately with the goal of continuing to provide a vital service inside our city to making sure that we get people around from place to place with our transit system.
1, 2, 3.
This area will provide a centralized location for transit operations. The project includes just over 11,000 square foot administration building, over 2,400 square foot transit pavilion, and a 3,120 square foot bus maintenance building. The last time we checked in with construction was back in September of 2024. We speak with the construction company to track the progress of the project.
Oh, we're getting real close, yeah. It's, since the last time you guys were out here, I think we were in the mud still, and we've since been out of that, so that's good. So this is the admin building, is what they'll call it, so the administration building for all the employees. It's composed of a lot of offices. They have conference rooms, meeting rooms, including kitchen break room we got in here, and then obviously this beautiful lobby for people to come into. It'll be a nice place for the city to run their transit center out of. And then back behind this building will be the transit pavilion, which is where the public will go for bus tickets, and obviously where they'll all congregate to get on the buses and to move throughout the city freely. And then at the far corner of the property is the bus maintenance building, and that's where the buses will go for their general maintenance and upkeep. So timeline, everything's looking good. Everything's on schedule. We've definitely had, it's construction, weather issues throughout the whole job, but we've moved past all that, and everything's coming together on time. So it's been great working with the city of Murfreesboro and the architect HDR, and I think really together the three of us have been able to push through any problems that have come our way. It's nice to be finishing right as New Salem Highway is also finishing at the same time, so things are going well.
The project has a timeline of 540 days, which is set to be completed in late April of 2025.
The Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, or VITA program, is currently helping qualified residents with free tax preparation services. It's tax time, and the free tax prep program through United Way is here for you. The Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, or VITA, is a great free resource for our community.
Households with an income of $80,000 or less can come and make an appointment, and we've got 4 or 5 different locations now across Rutherford County. We're expanding into Bedford County and hopefully even further down the road as we've picked up a few more counties in our territory.
Residents can have their taxes prepared for free by trained and certified volunteers, so they are able to retain their refund and not have to pay tax prep fees.
Last year we were able to get $1.8 million into the county in tax refunds. We also saved $560,000 of tax preparation fees. So this program, which we run locally through our United Way, put back about $2.3 million in actual cash value into the pockets of Rutherford County citizens that helped our economy last year.
United Way of South Central Tennessee says they are thrilled the program continues to grow.
This particular program is near and dear to our hearts because this isn't something we're subletting out. The volunteers are local. We're running the program specifically through our United Way.
You can make appointments online and check what documents you need to bring by going to yourlocaluw.org or call 211. Dads, grandfathers, and guardians spend a special night with their favorite Valentine at one of the cutest events in town. Take a look at the hottest ticket in town, the annual Daddy-Daughter Dance at Patterson Park.
It's fantastic. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect when my daughter walked in. She said, wow, there's a lot more people here than I thought. And so neither of us really knew what to expect, but we're having a great time. The DJ's killing it. The food's been fantastic. They have more desserts here than we could ever imagined of, and so we're just having a blast.
Dads, grandfathers, and guardians spend a special night with their favorite Valentine, enjoying dinner, desserts, and lots of dancing.
Yes, a lot of fathers have sons and they have like basketball, football, but this event allows us to showcase our daughters. I'm also a girl dad, so I get to really take pride in them and showcase them out.
DJ and dance leader Craig Watkins leads the crowd in popular dances that even the most untrained dad can master. This event is a huge hit every year and one of the most diverse in the community. Organizers say this dance gives fathers or father figures a chance to do something special with their daughters.
It's an opportunity for us to get in the community and meet people, do things that we wouldn't normally do, just get out of the house, just the two of us. And it's a good excuse to do that. Obviously, the day after Valentine's Day makes it a lot more fun. I got to hang out with her mom last night, who's my #1 Valentine. Got to hang out with my #2 Valentine on back-to-back days, so what's better than that?
Make sure to mark your calendar for next year's event so you don't miss out on all the fun.
Happy Valentine's Day!
With money from the federal government, a city department helps local residents with much-needed help.
Murfreesboro's Community Development Department is dedicated to help provide decent housing, suitable living environment, and ensuring economic opportunities for low and moderate income residents. The money comes from the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development through the Community Development Block Grant Program.
Every year, the amount that we get varies. Some years it goes down, some years it goes up. This year we did take a little bit of a decrease, but we get about $1.5 million a year, roughly. Through community development, we have several different programs. We've got down payment assistance where we provide up to $10,000 towards the down payment of a home, homeowner rehabilitations to keep people in their homes, keep them habitable. Then we also do a public service grant where we provide grants to our local nonprofits, and it stays within city limits is where we keep all of our programs. We had a family that had a sinking floor in their kitchen, and so we were able to go in and fix that flooring issue for them, make it stable so that they can remain in that home with their family from the start of the project through the end of the project, working with the homeowner and the contractor to make sure everything is completed and that it's a safe and habitable home at the end. You build a relationship with those homeowners, and they just become a part of your daily life, and it's always nice to see them after the project's done and still be able to keep in touch with the people that we've helped.
Jessica lists just some of the Murfreesboro nonprofit organizations that have received grants to directly help residents in the city limits.
It changes year to year who we give money to. So between current year and in the past, we've given money to Boys and Girls Club, Possibility Place, Community Helpers, Domestic Violence, Barnabas Vision, Salvation Army, Stepping Stones, Murfreesboro Housing Authority. We like to partner with as many different agencies as we can in different capacities to make an impact.
Ascension St. Thomas Rutherford opens their new critical care unit expansion. Ascension St. Thomas Rutherford's critical care unit expansion is complete. increasing the capacity by 18 beds, addressing the growing healthcare needs of Rutherford County and surrounding areas.
The neat thing is that when we designed the hospital, we had the vertical expansion plan as well as the horizontal plan. And so it's nice to see plans that were put in place many years ago actually come to fruition.
The $42 million expansion is part of a $600 million investment in Rutherford County over the past 15 years, following the hospital's relocation from Highland Avenue to its current location.
It's been great to see our board, Ascension, get behind our plans and see the need here and see that we've been good stewards of the resources that have been given to us, and really more importantly to make sure that we're taking care of this community.
The expansion is in response to the population growth in Rutherford County, which is now the 4th most populated county in Tennessee.
There's a lot of growth in our population, but there's also a lot of changes taking place in healthcare where a lot of things that you would come to the hospital for you can now receive as an outpatient.
The project raises the number of adult critical care beds from 32 to 50, bringing the hospital's total licensed bed count to 418.
There's still a lot of need for higher intensity beds, and with our open heart program that we started not too long ago, we're seeing a higher acuity of patients here that are coming from the surrounding areas. And so we've been able to position ourselves as more of a regional referral center, not just taking care of Rutherford County, but in these surrounding areas.
This is the first phase of this expansion. A neonatal shell floor has already been built with the ability to expand upward, up to 8 floors. School kids from around the county participate in a unique social competition. It's called the Amazing Shake, as in handshake, but that's not the only thing these kids learn in this unique competition.
We have 17 schools that have come together, and it's part of the Rutherford County schools and the Murfreesboro City schools, and each one had their own competition and narrowed down to 2 students from each one of the schools.
Through a series of competitions, students show off their hard work.
It's a series of 17 different scenarios to where they're given about a 1-minute version of what they're supposed to talk about, and then they have to stand in front of 2 judges and talk about that scenario. And they can range anywhere from being on a construction site to forecasting the weather with a tornado that's coming to Rutherford County, or standing at the White House giving a speech.
Students can choose to participate at their school, and several students come back to compete each year.
What is interesting is many of the young students we have here today, there's not a lot of prep they have to do. They just automatically have that gift of being able to talk to somebody and look them in the eye, shake their hands, and carry on a great conversation.
The point of the Amazing Shake is teaching kids soft skills they will use the rest of their life.
We always ask our industry questions. What are some of the #1 skills that you would like to see in your future workforce that's coming to you? Predominantly, 99% of them go first to work ethic, shaking hands, looking people in the eye, being able to communicate, being able to listen and understand.
The students chosen from this round of competition will go on to the international competition in Atlanta.
3 out of this 34 will win based on what we've done today, and then the Rutherford County Chamber sponsors them and sends them and their chaperone and their parents to the Atlanta competition. And they're competing with young adults from all over the world.
The Amazing Shake was founded by the Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta. The world competition will be held there in March. Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation recently finished another project at Old Fort Park to help fill a growing need.
The original outdoor courts at Old Fort Park were recently renovated. Over the years, they were resurfaced, but the real problem with the base was never addressed until now.
So what we did went in and removed the trees surrounding the courts, which the roots caused a problem with the cracking. They went in and cut out all the asphalt that was cracked and replaced it. And then they put down a geotech barrier, which is a membrane type barrier, and laid a brand new coat of asphalt on top. And then to seal everything in, we poured a curb completely around the facility so that asphalt cannot expand and Ideally, it'll reduce cracks and we won't have the big cracks that we've had in before.
Along with fixing the base, Thomas talks about other things that were done.
We converted 2 courts into pickleball courts, so now we have a 6-court pickleball facility in addition to these 6 championship courts. But with new benches, water fountains, new fencing, new spectator areas, it's a really nice facility for not just local play and recreational play, but also for our high school and competition. New LED lighting is the latest in technology, and it's a push-button system. So if you're here and you play and the lights aren't on, find one of the buttons to your court and it'll light up for you.
Thomas talks about another addition that the city has been needing for years.
So Murfreesboro for decades has asked and needed a hitting wall. To put one in, and a permanent solution, of course, was a bit costly, but by being able to tie it to this project and also align it with our courts and our pickleball courts, we were able to provide a hitting wall with a separated space so that both pickleball and tennis can utilize that. It's also, if you'll notice, there's 2 courts adjacent to the hitting wall. That separates the other 4 courts so that hitting wall activities won't interfere with the other 4 courts. These are championship courts and they're tournament level courts, while before these were kind of our secondary or our backup courts, but right now these are the premium courts. Of course, 16 courts over there behind the Adams Tennis Facility, and now these courts, there should be adequate tennis courts for most recreational play, and we try to communicate tournaments, and that's something the staff has really worked hard at trying to make those schedules and those court availabilities transparent. So you can go to our website, murfreesboroparks.com, and click on the Adams Tennis Complex, and it gives you court availability.
Old Fort Park has recently been the focus of the city with the opening of the new skate park, the renovation of the Old Fort Golf Course, the outdoor tennis courts, and next will be the renovation of the baseball softball field.
Going to be a regulation high school adult softball type field. It'll be completely turf, which really helps out the city and residents here. Within our inventory have no synthetic turf baseball or softball fields, and the biggest advantage will be to our adult softball, who's not ever really had a facility that they could call home, and they're not playing on modified fields. They're playing on a regulation adult softball field, which will be great.
Check out another edition of Murfreesboro Traffic Minute, this time addressing an issue the city has received multiple calls on.
We highlight the issue of excessive on-street parking in subdivisions. Excessive on-street parking makes it difficult for vehicles to navigate, which puts drivers and pedestrians in danger. City Code Section 32-1303 states, parked vehicles must leave 10 feet of roadway for free movement. Don't park right across the street from another vehicle. Doing so limits access for larger vehicles such as fire trucks, garbage trucks, and school buses. The Murfreesboro Police Department will be patrolling reported subdivisions and can cite vehicles that are in violation.
The City of Murfreesboro recently hosted 2 town hall meetings to engage with residents about various projects, programs, and activities. The first in West Murfreesboro in the Blackman community, Mayor Shane McFarland, as well as Executive Director of Recreation Services Nate Williams, Executive Director of Public Infrastructure Chris Griffith, and Police Chief Michael Bowen had short presentations from their departments and then opened it up to questions. Most of the questions were directed towards Griffith about traffic.
The first one, and probably the main one you guys are mostly interested in, is the Blackman, Burton Knob, and Manson Pike intersection. But it's going to be a full array of lanes there, and it's also going to be signalized just to help. Our goal is we got a 180-day construction schedule, but is to be open by the time that school opens up in August of this year. Big project. But it's basically widening Old Fort Parkway to 6 lanes, curb and gutter, multi-use paths, sidewalks, the whole 9 yards. The biggest thing that you'll notice, other than the additional lane on that, is there'll be a lot more exits to, say, like Chick-fil-A and Target and Walmart and some of the places that's off the road there. Medical Center Parkway Phase 2, we're almost complete with Phase 1 as far as just the widening of it. That should be done here within the next couple of months, and then we'll start Phase 2, which will include the Thompson Lane intersection, and it'll go all the way around to the fountains, and again, we'll widen that all the way to 6 lanes. We'll keep the median, but it'll be a smaller median. New Salem Highway, Phase 3, we just finished Phase 2. The TDOT did, again, it's the State Route 99. They just finished Phase 2, and so obviously we're going to go into Phase 3, which will be Cason Lane to Veterans Parkway. That project has been bid, and it's scheduled to start later this month. Thompson Lane widening, long been in the works, all the way from Broad Street to Memorial. TDOT is another state route 268. It's scheduled to start in 2026, and they're going to do it all as one project, over $100 million that TDOT is spending in Murfreesboro to widen this to a 5-lane roadway.
The other town hall was held in the Patterson Park Bradyville Pike area at Olive Branch Church. City officials that attended were Mayor Shane McFarland, Murfreesboro City Council members, Executive Director of Recreation Services Nate Williams, Transportation Director Jim Kerr, Police Chief Michael Bowen, and Community Development Director Robert Holtz. The mayor took time to highlight that public safety departments are now fully staffed and what that means to the community.
Really need to give the entire city council credit for this, that over the last 4 or 5 years, if you look at our public safety, I would be willing to bet with you that the city of Murfreesboro is one of the top leaders in our state on making sure that our public safety providers, and not just police and fire, a lot of the times we forget police and fire have to know how to get somewhere, and we have a very good dispatch team that quarterbacks and gets our team to where they need to go. They're the ones who answer your calls, and a lot of tough calls to be able to calmly get the information they need. But this past year in July with our budget, we gave one of the most significant pay increases that we've ever given to our public safety, our police officers. And then in August, we coupled that with another significant raise that we gave to our fire department. And our fire department, for as long as I can remember, is fully staffed. We're full up. And then our police department, routinely, we would be anywhere between 50 to 60 officers down. And that's something you're seeing nationwide now. It's tougher and tougher to be able to recruit those positions, but now we're as close to being full as we've ever been. I think we had 30 some odd recruits that were in our council room last Thursday night that are getting ready to come on the street. So with that, all the council, we're in individual meetings with the police department that we've learned that we have to work smarter, not necessarily harder.
The City of Murfreesboro is conducting a special census called Count Me In to ensure an accurate count of its residents. Having an accurate count will make sure Murfreesboro receives the proper amount of state-shared revenues, keeping local taxes down. If you haven't filled out the census yet, now is a great time to do it.
How would you like the chance to win a $100 gift card? Plus, you'd be helping our community. If you haven't filled out the 2025 special census, you can go to murfreesborocensus.com, complete the special census, and automatically be entered in a drawing for a $100 gift card. There are 4 more opportunities to win, and you can only be entered in the drawing by completing the special census online. Go to murfreesborocensus.com, fill out the special census, and do your part to help our community.
The city has entered the phase now where the Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Department will help by going door to door to help get residents to fill out the census.
The Murfreesboro Fire Rescue Department will be going door to door beginning this weekend, asking for your help in the 2025 special census. The only information they will ask for is your street address, the number of residents living at that address, and the residents' first and last names. That's it, and it only takes a couple of minutes. Information gathered for the special census provides funds to improve our public safety division, and that benefits the entire community. You can also fill out the special census online at www.murfreesborocensus.com. Please be counted in the 2025 special census.
The United Way of South Central Tennessee gathers baby items from the community for new and expectant families. United Way of South Central Tennessee is helping to make sure new and expectant mothers get much needed resources.
We are here at Patterson Park for Baby Basics 2025. This is where we collect baby supplies for new and expectant moms in our community.
This initiative gathers items from community partners, and volunteers pack each bag with essentials.
It's a great opportunity for volunteers to give back and come and pack baby bags, and then we give them to the local hospitals, the health department, and other nonprofits that serve babies.
Over 500 bags will be given out throughout the community.
The bags have diapers, wipes, bottles, baby wipes, all the essentials that you need for a newborn.
The bags can be picked up at the health department, several nonprofit agencies, and Ascension St. Thomas. And now United Way serves more than just Rutherford and Cannon counties.
We'll be giving some of it to agency in Bedford County and just trying to grow and expand as we grow and expand as a United Way.
For more information about United Way's services, visit yourlocaluw.org. We are excited that we have partnered with PAWS of Rutherford County to bring you the Pet of the Month. Right now, PAWS has numerous cats and dogs fit for any family's needs. Here are some kitties that are waiting to find their forever home, like Edith, Shirley, Jasmine, and more. Here are just a few canine friends waiting on their new family to adopt them: Phoenix, Dragon, Yeti, and many more. For more information about these dogs and cats or any others available for adoption, go to the website secured.rutherfordcountytn.gov/PAWS. You can also contact PAWS at 615-898-7740 or email them at paws@rutherfordcountytn.gov. We want to congratulate Murfreesboro Fire Chief Mark McCluskey on 40 years of service. Chief McCluskey, a Murfreesboro native, started his career at MFRD in 1985. After rising through the ranks, McCluskey was promoted to interim chief in 2022, and in July 2023, he was officially appointed fire chief. Under Chief McCluskey's leadership, the department has achieved several milestones, including being fully staffed for the first time in many years, overcoming long-standing recruitment and retention challenges. Thank you, Chief, for all that you've done for our city, and we're excited for what's to come. Well, that's it for this edition of In the City. As always, for more information about the city of Murfreesboro or any of the stories that you've seen here, you can always visit our website at www.murfreesborotn.gov. And if you want to see any of the stories that you've seen today or catch up on some of the latest city news, you can always visit the City of Murfreesboro's YouTube channel. I'm Michael Linn White, and until next time, we look forward to seeing you in the city.